The old adage is to follow the money. But what happened to Palestinian currency? On June 12, 1948, just weeks after the end of the British Mandate, the newly formed State of Israel ordered the freezing of all Arab-Palestinian bank accounts. Israel issued a directive to all banks operating within its territory, including Barclays, Ottoman Bank, and Arab Bank, to freeze accounts of Arab-Palestinian customers and halt all associated transactions. Banks were given 1 month to comply, with warnings that non-compliance could lead to the revocation of their licenses. By December 1948, all banks had complied. The frozen assets included bank balances, valuables in safe deposit boxes, checks, bonds, stocks, pensions, and insurance policies belonging to Arab Palestinians. The Israeli custodian of absentee property was appointed to seize and administer these frozen assets. Earlier, on February 22, 1948, the British government had already blocked sterling reserves held by the Palestine Currency Board in London. These assets backed the Palestinian pound, the currency used under the mandate. These sterling reserves remained frozen pending the establishment of a successor monetary authority, which was never formed. Scholar Srimati Mitter estimates approximately 6 billion British pounds were frozen in Palestinian accounts in 1948. By 2018, plausibly with compound interest, that could have raised the sum between 200 million and 1.1 billion British pounds. Average estimates are around 600 million British pounds. Legal and diplomatic efforts, including UN-mediated processes, allowed partial recovery of some assets back to Palestinian owners, although many remain unrecovered. Concurrently, the Palestinian pound was phased out, being replaced by the new Israeli and Jordanian currencies, eliminating the only currency ever bearing Palestine as its name. Exact figures for the number of individuals are not published in surviving bank or UN records, but historians generally conclude it was in the tens of thousands of Palestinians directly affected, with ripple effects on their families, communities, and institutions. So now we have to be human, and we have to ask ourselves, what if this happened to you? Imagine someone walked into your world, stripped you of your money, told you that you no longer had a right to live where you've built your life, and left you with nothing. In New York City, eminent domain has pushed families out of neighborhoods, forcing them to move on someone else's timeline. And if we look to Argentina's 2001 financial crisis, when the government froze citizens' bank accounts overnight in what was called the Corralito, people woke up to find their life savings locked away, unable to access their own money. For Palestinians, this is much more than the elimination of their national currency, the Palestinian pound. It was the freezing and confiscation of personal and communal assets, a direct stripping away of wealth and autonomy. It isn't just displacement, it was financial dispossession, just another layer of injury, another tort against the people whose rights and resources were systematically denied. And if this happened to me, and if I was without recourse, the only thing I could do is look to God to find my way. Let me know your thoughts.